Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
charter. I mean, it seemed like it. I mean, it was probably just more like, here's what we do. Um, but everything, it was, sorry, Stephanie. Everything was, I mean, we have no budget, so we're not going to do any of that. And we're not going to do any paving, and we're not going to do any repairs, and we can't do your sidewalks, and we can't. And I was like, that's probably the last thing you want to do. Is just say, this is the functions we have, and then let the residents engage, and then you can give them the.
Yeah, more details. Yeah, exactly. Sound check, sound check. Doing a sound check.
Oh, it's right down the following. The only nice thing about it, not first, right? And it's probably 10 minutes. I think I'll be out of here by 10:40. Get home by 11:30. Gotta be out of here before 11:30 though, because that's Barbara's spot. She says she is. She's like, I'm gonna be there today. I said, but I said, you don't get there till 12, so I'll be out of there beforehand. Don't worry. Yeah. And that's when I'm retiring. Not till next year. February. So 6, 7 months. Yeah, but I didn't want to give Barbara the January 1st, I'm leaving in a month memo. I figured if she wanted to make some changes or she wanted to look at moving some people, I could help for 6 months. But none of that happened. A couple weeks ago. We'll see though. I got a call from the council office that asked me to stick around and hang out some people. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would entertain anything. I just kind of 36 years of military. And I've been through. You know that I've been through some stuff that's part of it. That and the leadership has been so all every bit of it. Oh man, how are you, sir? How long were you there on Wednesday? It was Everybody now, right? Don't everybody miss you these days? Oh, wow. All right. Yeah. March. Yeah, yeah. I probably was March. Yeah. 29. Nice. That means you need to stay for another 7 years. Oh no. Oh no. I wouldn't put that on. I wouldn't put that on anybody. That was my mistake. I should have left at 29. Oh, no. That sounds good. Right.
Good morning, Audit LA. Are you wishing to speak on general public comment or multiple agenda item comment?
Good morning. I would like to do all of the above, please. Items 5 through 8, and then general public.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That sounds like Audit LA. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Matson. I like that name, it's cute. See, I got a real refugee. Herman.
Good morning, Jill. Jill, are you wishing to speak on general or multiple agenda item comment?
The general.
Thank you. Good morning, Haggis. Are you wishing to speak on general or multiple agenda item comment today?
I would love general, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, boss. How are you?
How are you?
I've got number 5.
Number 5, Jerry Valito.
Peter Thomas was a dick. Stealing all that money. What a dick. An attorney that does something so criminal like that? What a dick. I'm glad he lost his bar license. That's a criminal. Dango King? Django King? You guys get paid to do this fucking job. Good job, Dustin. He's coming. Guys, people are coming. People are coming. Hey, we got a Scientology one right here on right away. John, we're gonna fix that problem with those illegal permits, or did they pay for permits?
This is on Araconda's ethics fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She didn't get monetary or just a sanction?
I think she got the sanction. Huh?
Yes, but did she get fined monetarily?
Oh, you talking about? You thought that was junk?
No, but I mean, did she get a fine for damages or just?
Yeah, 270. $250,000. The mayor has to pay for on behalf of El Monte City. I thought you were browsing that. Browse to that.
I read this online, but I didn't actually have a physical copy. So how about that? When you put the tape on that detective, he said he was just asking you politely.
Yeah.
See, he walked up to you. He told you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's what he told me.
That's what he told you.
See, it's always better to have the hard copy in your hand because when you know the facts about fucking criminals.
$175,000 fine.
So this is going to help you with your brown light claim.
So in other words, the mayor of El Monte.
Good morning, President Kang. We're ready to get started.
The mayor of El Monte got hit for $270 fucking dollars. Oh, 270. That's like $250,000.
Okay, folks, if we can grab our seats. Good morning, everybody. Folks, please. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Friday, June 27, 2025. Ms. Matson, please take roll and establish quorum.
Thank you. Good morning, President and board members. I'm Elise Matson with the Board of Public Works, taking roll in establishing quorum. President Kang, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, and Commissioner Mitchell are all present. We have a quorum. We're also joined by City Attorney Representative Adina Hopenstan. President Kang, we have a few comment cards that I provided to you for in-person public comment and a few on the Zoom platform as well, and we have no neighborhood council commentary.
Thank you very much. We will now start with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items and will be provided up to 1 minute per person, up to a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to subject matters which are within the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. The board may not take any action on any matters discussed during the public comment period. We will start with in-person speaker cards. Our first speaker is Alina Hampsitdown.
Good morning. Thank you very much, City Attorney. So first of all, I just want to ask our City Attorney that if we could make sure this meeting is a safe environment for everyone to attend. What I mean by that is that people like me, people like many other immigrants community, they have scared to go to work, to go to school, to go to a public government building because we are in fear of getting arrested by ICE because we have our community member continue to advocate to deport me going back to communist prison. And I'm really sad, City Attorney, that the other day I saw you on the hallway. I'm just trying to ask you, how can you provide a safe meeting environment so more and more our illegal immigrants can come here, can feel safe. We don't have to fear of being arrested just to get here. But again, City Attorney, you told me that I'm not allowed to talk to you. Otherwise, you're gonna call the LAPD. So I just want to make sure that tell our community member that I really want to be here, and please respect all of the immigrants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Bondi. Our next speaker is Trump.
For the record, the mayor of all fucking mayors in this state of California, disagreement in endemic to politics, a epidemic of public service demands that you niggers should have thick skin because criticism and scrutiny come with the role. This is the role. This is how we're going to roll, niggas. You're going to hear the handling of disgraceful your job really is because you have to take criticism. The fucking mayor of El Monte failed, and she could not live up to criticism by threatening, harassing, intimidating, and coercing me not to use the fucking N-word or the C-word. Fuck you, Chinese man. Go back to your fucking country. Anyone here illegally, go back to your fucking country. Imelda Maria Padilla, Jose Padilla,
Please
and
keep your
that fucking
comments to
choo-choo
the jurisdiction of the
motherfucker from
body.
the valley, shrimp,
That's time.
shrimp.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Goat Puppet. Or
Right. So again, on 844 South Hoover Street, they still have not replaced the cover on the sidewalk that I asked you for 3 months ago. Somebody gonna break their neck. You don't do shit. No good. But we have retaliation now. My water meter at my building was charged $1,523 for 1 month of service on the bill. The problem is I only used $12.40. The month before, the bill should have been zero, $167 paid. The month before, it should have been $12.40. It was $67. Now, why is this happening? Because I get up here and speak. This is retaliation for my First Amendment right to speak. I am a nigger. I'm proud to be a nigger, and I will continue to fight for other white niggers like myself. I want
you,
my
that's
stolen
time.
money back and put my cover back.
thank you very much. Next speaker is Triple H or Parrot. All right. Ms. Messon, I think we can go to our virtual.
Very well, thank you. First up, we have Audit LA. Audit LA, you have 60 seconds. Go ahead.
Good morning. I would like to talk about slave labor. If you're in the C organization of Scientology, you are working over 100 hours a week and you are making less than $50 a week. And they are telling you it's a religious experience and they get away with that. But when they have a 4th of July permit coming up and the people building the sound stages, the people blocking the streets and putting up all the hedging and putting up all the bouncy houses, whatever they're doing, okay, they're working over 100 hours a week for less than 50, and that is not a religious experience. That is work. That's work that skilled labor, the union laborers do. And they should, at the very minimum, if they're not going to join a union, they should be paid fair wages. And I am going to, I'm begging you guys and unions to please step up and stand up against this. This is not a religious exemption, and it needs to stop. Maybe there's a religious exemption for people who are like some kind of ministerial thing, but when you're doing hard labor and cleaning streets
you.
and
That's
building
time.
streets, it's not religious. Thank you.
Next, we have Jill. Jill, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'm going to continue along the thread of what Audit just spoke about. We don't have slavery in this country. I thought that was abolished in the Civil War. It doesn't seem like it. You have a cult that's doing those things that Audit just mentioned. We don't have chain gangs. We shouldn't be allowing streets to be named after criminals that really belonged in prison before they were found dead in a trailer, high on some drugs, and they were after him. We shouldn't have the name L. Ron Hubbard Way. We don't have Warren Jeffs Way. He's in prison because he's an FLDS cult member. I don't know what's going on with the city of Los Angeles. It's like, are we in bizarro world with allowing all of this stuff to go on? That's all I have to say. Bye.
Thank you. Next, we have Haggis. Haggis, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'll go along the same vein as Audit. Several of the children who were forced labor, slave labor in Scientology, who laid the bricks on L. Ron Hubbard Way, were in attendance at the protest that was permitted by the city. They stole the toilet. Scientology came out and they stole the toilet after it had been placed. These children should have, at least for the respect of the city, remove the red bricks, repave that way. Do not allow street vacations. Do not allow constant street closures. That road is a vein to public transit and several hospitals. Scientology is a child-abusing, human trafficking cult. Janet Wieland, Kristen Catano-Peterson, Jennifer Krauskopf, Kendrick Moxon are all at the top level of this, and they're coming after people, trying to stop us from having a voice against the abuses in Scientology. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you. President King, we have one additional hand raised. Shall I check if they'd like to make general or multiple comment?
Yes, please.
Lurker, are you wishing to make general or multiple agenda item comment?
General public, please, and thank you.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I just want you to, take a minute and look back on the history of what has gone on this street. It is insane that with such little effort, that organization has been able to stronghold that street for decades. Wake up. Do your job. Don't let them put money in your pocket like they've been doing for all these years before. Put the money to the city. Get those parking meters legally put in so that the city collects money. They've run off neighbors. It is just insane. Please look at the history. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. President King, that's it for our general public comment today.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment period for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time you can speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We'll start with in-person speaker cards. Our first speaker is Alina Hamsitown.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Pardon me, which items are you wishing to speak on?
Oh, yeah, I indicated in the card everything.
Okay, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
So thank you very much, City Attorney and the President. My name is DOA, Defender of Amy. First, I would like start with item number 5, which is hopefully a City Attorney does not have to shut my microphone this time. Number 5 is about a Koreatown landscape project. It's also about a community beautification. This item really hit me hard because this is the neighborhood I grew up with. And however, I'm sad to report it to the city attorney that right now in many parts of the Koreatown has been invaded by the graffitis, by the trash, by the homeless person living on the street, and everything. So I think you already see that on the news. It's really sad for me that a lot of people, like similar to gentlemen right here, putting the graffiti on the wall, deport all the Koreans, deport all the Chinese, deport all the Asian or something like that. So I really wish this community beautification effort, we can deal with those graffiti, and hopefully we can have more and more community beautification, community improvement project in the future. City Attorney, please do not call the police on me. Now let's move on to item number 7. Thank you very much, City Attorney, for allowing me to speak. Number 7 is about the Bureau of Street Services. Yes. I will continue on the previous item. So the street services, in particular, I'm talking about Koreatown street services. And then I believe many other speakers mentioned that, Miss City Attorney, the reason why a lot of people, urinate on the Koreatown, the reason why a lot of people, defecate in the Koreatown is because there's a lack of toilet in Koreatown. So if this time, I'm really glad to see our item number 7, we are having some improvement in street services, and I wish that our city attorney can actually include having more public accessible toilet in the street services, street improvement. And then at the same time, remember, when the people living on the street getting so dirty, so nasty, and I really wish our city attorney can do something about it. But again, every time I try to talk to you, you told me that you don't talk to me, you will call the police. Number 8 is about status of all contracts. Yes, like the previous speaker mentioned, somehow I continue to hear from Audit LA, from a lot of gentlemen right here, somehow the city attorney continue to give all the contract to Scientology. I don't know if that's true, I don't know if that's false, but I see there's a lot of contracts, and I don't understand why there are so many community members on social media continue to talk about our city attorney having a secret connection with giving favorable contract. So I really don't know, but I really wish we can have an investigation, we can have a full report, a full presentation, so we can know more about it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Bondi Trump.
Which items are you wishing to speak on?
All motherfucking items.
You have 3 minutes. Go
Starting
ahead.
with this one in particular, the people mover, niggas. We just built a people mover for transportation for $800 million motherfucking dollars, and the motherfucker's not finished. It sounds kind of like that COVID shit where you keep billing the federal government for shit and services that are not rendered to protect us and help us.
Which item are you speaking on?
Listen, biatch, I'm on the item talking about approval for the report, transmittal, forthwith extended delegated maintenance at the fucking California Department of Transportation, nigga. So stay online, stay connected, biatch. That's why Peter Thomas was a dick and he lost his bar license, motherfucker. Don't get me to have a seizure here. Don't get me. Don't do it. It's not worth that. Augustine on CD10. What did that black bitch do to change her name? Well, the man didn't like her
Please
pussy.
keep your comments on the agenda item.
That's all items of number 4, girl. CD10. That's that little motherfucking dirtbag, retarded Herb Wesson District 10, but now it's Augustine Hutt. So I'm on topic. Stop interfering with me and intimidating me. I'm gonna get the DOJ over here if you keep it up. And I will bring Pamela Doge
demand
Please keep your
the
comments on
Attorney
the agenda
United States
item.
office into this fucking facility to do an investigation that keeps up. I only get 30 seconds, and you keep fucking with my time. She doesn't run this meeting. You do, kangaroo. So you tell that bitch, follow your rules. You get paid. All of you are paid. So I control.
Please keep your
This
comments to the
meeting
agenda
today. Well,
item.
my last few fucking. Well, yeah, I got fucking confused. Mentally. I'm being distracted. I'm being coarse what to say. Stop it. Just stop it. Okay? I'm a human being. I got emotions. I'm connected, John. I love John more than any of you here. Why? I love Miss Madison because she's very cute and has a beautiful
You're
name.
not speaking to any of the
Fuck
agenda
the
items.
attorney. I don't have to listen to you. I am on topic, John. Tell her. Defend me.
Sir, last
All right,
warning.
I'm going to go into my last contract award. CD9, a criminal, and his fucking 2 wives, and Augustine Hutt, who are in business with developers. So who's fucking who with this award? The only assholes here that are getting fucked is the public. I demand an investigation.
The next speaker is Goat Puppet.
Which items are you wishing to speak on?
Well, shit, this is my first meeting. All the goddamn fucking
You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
we're gonna play this game we play every day, John. Let's see if I can get through the 3 minutes without being interrupted for half of it. This is overt acts under federal law. Now we get number 4. Trees, you're letting them die in the brown skin areas. On Hoover Street, trees are dying. They don't water the fucking trees. They don't replace the broken trees. But over in the pretty areas like CD11 and CD5, you planting and maintaining the trees, but not for the rest of the people, right? And you can go down and you can verify what I'm saying, because there's a lot of those holes that you cut into the sidewalk and there ain't no fucking trees there. And the only place you see that is the Latino areas. No other. CD1 especially getting discriminated. Fuck the city. And then we get over here, this sanitation. Why, I drove down Washington Boulevard this morning. All the way from Marina Del Rey to the 405, you cleaned up every homeless encampment. Let's give you a hand for that. The whole fucking street is homeless free. Why? Because you had your meeting down in Westchester. And then you gave Miss Parks her city services. Why? They're white. That's why. Over in the Sepulveda Basin, I drove down there off the freeway. There ain't no fucking street lights all the way around the whole fucking park, from Balboa over to Burbank,
Which item are you
over to
speaking on,
Woodley,
sir?
over to, don't interrupt.
Please
over to
restrict
fucking
your comments to an
Stop
agenda item.
interrupting me, man.
Please restrict your
Fucking
comments to
stop.
an agenda
You
item.
don't run this meeting. Quiet, silencio.
Sir.
The only thing you're allowed to do is
Sir,
give
one
people the
last
time
warning.
to the chair.
Sir, please identify
Stop
the...
fucking doing it. That's not how you do it.
Please restrict your comments
That's
to an
how you're
agenda
not
item.
doing it. You see that? She's stealing my time on top of it. And you're sitting in that goddamn fucking chair getting paid to suppress my rights.
Sir, please identify the item that you're
Don't
speaking
have
on.
the goddamn thing. I just said it. Your goddamn contracts. The goddamn street lights are not in the Sepulveda Basin because they're not white. You went down there and held a field meeting. You went down there and held 2 meetings in Van Nuys, and you still haven't started work. What do I have to do? What do I have? I have to go like this? Okay, I have to be a parrot. Is that what I have to do? What do I have to do? Do a number for you like I'm some fucking 1920s black entertainer in fucking Charleston? Is this what I have to what do I have to do? What do I have to do for you to turn on our street lights in CD6? When are you going to do it?
Thank you very much. Ms. Matson will transition over to a virtual comment.
Thank you. We have one multiple item agenda commenter. That's Audit LA. Audit LA, you indicated you wish to speak on all items. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to start with number 5. I'm all for the Adopt a Highway program, but I want to go back a few years when the Church of Scientology came before the neighborhood council that I was sitting on at that time, trying to adopt the median near their new, their North Hollywood org. And we gave it to them and they got it. But since then, it's been a mess. And that's my concern with any of these is, okay, yes, they want to do it. They get their name on it. It's, they get their, whatever. But what about follow up? Like, what can I do now that it's an absolute mess? They don't take care of it. They're breaking their promises. And, I have pictures and everything. But what can you do to make them do their job that they agreed to do? And that's what, and I'm sure this one's legit. I'm sure they're going to do a great job. It's not that I have no confidence in them per se. It's just in general, how do we do follow up? Is there anything in place that when they don't agree to it or they don't follow through, what can we do? Because I would like to do that against the Sea Org in Burbank. They do not maintain theirs. As far as contracts, I cannot find, I've asked and requested the MOU. There's an alleged MOU for Scientology that has a similar thing with L. Ron Hubbard Way. They do not have a street vacation, but they have some MOU, which I cannot find anywhere. I want to see the terms of it because I do, unless it specifically says they're allowed to have slave labor, with religious, volunteer labor, aka slave labor, it needs to be addressed. I really want to find this
Commenter, please
contract.
keep your comments to the agenda item to which you're
I
speaking.
am. Miss Hoppenstein, I am. I'm talking about contracts, right? MOU, I believe it's a contract. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But I believe it's a contract with the city that they're going to maintain L. Ron Hubbard Way. And that contract, as far as I know, is still valid. But I'm saying I cannot locate it. I've looked through the city contracts database. I cannot find it. And so I don't know if it exists. So I am bringing up that concern, okay, as a contract to the Public Works Commission, saying I'm asking to find this contract and to look at it to see if it includes allowing people to work on the street, okay, that they, have this MOU for, this contract for, with people who are making slave wages. Okay, people, and if that is allowed, it shouldn't be, and I want it changed. I want that MOU reevaluated. That's what I'm talking about. I believe that's completely on point. My other one is for the street updates. Again, I keep wanting to hear them to do the street updates to include L. Ron Hubbard Way. And what is going
Thank you.
on with
That's
that?
time.
Thank you.
President King, that's it for our virtual platform. Multiple agenda item commenters.
Okay, thank you very much. With that, we will close multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting. Before we move forward with the approval of minutes, just wanted to announce that item number 8 will be continued to July 25th, 2025. So with that, Commissioners, we're going to move on to our approval of minutes for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, I'll move to approve approval of minutes for June 20th, 2025. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you, President King,
Aye.
Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes and the minutes are approved.
Thank you very much. Moving on to our consent items 1 and 2. Commissioners, any issues or comments or questions related to 1 or 2? Seeing none, I'll move to approve the consent items 1 and 2. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you again, President King,
Aye.
Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes and items 1 and 2 are adopted and carry forthwith.
Thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 3 for Council Districts 1, 4, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, request for authority delegated maintenance agreement.
Good morning, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, Executive Officer, and City Attorney. I'm Robert Potter, the Assistant Director for LA Sanitation and Environment. I'm here today seeking approval of an extension to the Delegated Maintenance Agreement with the California Department of Transportation. This request is to extend the DMA by 1 year until June of 2027. As a quick overview, traditional management of litter and debris in multiple jurisdictional public right-of-way requires coordination for joint cleanups. Coordination, however, poses some challenges, including the difficulty of synchronizing multi-agency schedules, and the need for joint cleanups can lead to delays. There are times when only the city's right-of-way would get cleaned. To remedy this, the City of Los Angeles and the State of California have entered into a formal partnership to advance the safety and cleanliness of the multi-jurisdictional locations. Just a little background, in January of 2023, Mayor Bass initiated conversations with the California Department of Transportation to develop potential solutions relating to the cleanliness of multi-jurisdictional locations within the city. As a result, the city and Caltrans have agreed to a delegated maintenance agreement, or a DMA, to achieve shared goals. This formal partnership is an important strategy to make public spaces clean and safe for our residents. The delegated maintenance agreement does the following. It covers District 7, which is the metro region for Los Angeles. Enables the city to conduct weekday maintenance in the D7 metro region with 48 hours notice and approval by Caltrans. Makes the city responsible for the crews, equipment, and legal disposal of the collected litter or debris. Enables the city to invoice the state of California for cleanups in identified problem areas within the state right-of-way. This agreement extends through June 30, 2027. While state DMAs are an effective means to create efficient working relationship, their structures is a little outdated in the context of dynamic new challenges such as the homeless emergency. Recognizing these dynamics, the city and the state have partnered to ensure that the DMA can serve as a tool that can be applied as needed, where needed, and in close coordination with relevant stakeholders across the D7 metro region. In other words, an arrangement has been reached to allow cleanups at different locations than those listed in the DMA exhibited. This additional flexibility is essential and will allow the city to efficiently advance the safety and cleanliness of their multi-jurisdictional locations. Metro Region is the first delegated maintenance agreement, as this region was open to establish an agreement. Moving forward, we will be looking at the possibility of broadening these agreements to cover additional regions within the city of Los Angeles. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available for any questions that you need answered.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Mitchell.
Mr. Potter's extension from July 1st, 27 to June 30th, 28. Is that the 1 year extension?
It's actually from July 1st of 26 to June of 27 is the extension period.
So is the information in the agenda incorrect? July 1st, 27. I don't have the report in front of me.
The agenda item recommendation says the term of this extension shall be from July 1st, 2027 to June 30th, 2028.
That would be the correct dates.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, commissioners, any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, is there a first and a second?
So moved.
Second.
First by Commissioner Mitchell, seconded by President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you. We'll take the roll. President King,
Aye.
Vice President Chavez,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes. The item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Moving on to item number 4 for all council districts from the Office of Forestry Management, contract amendment for city plants.
Good morning, President Kang, Commissioners, Executive Officer, and City Attorney. What you have before you is a request to extend the contract with Community Partners for City Plants an additional 6 months from June 30th, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. This represents work being done on the LADWP, Department of Water and Power, and Board of Public Works MOU to deliver the Energy Efficiency Free Trees program, which is done through 2 contracts. One is through the LA Conservation Corps and subcontractors that directly plant the trees and deliver the up to 7 private property trees that homeowners can receive, residents can receive for private property. And then there's the City Plants program, which is what's before you today, which provides program oversight, community engagement, data tracking and reporting, and the development and delivery of several pilot programs. This project, this MOU period that we're currently under with the Department of Water and Power, experienced many contracting delays, particularly at the beginning of the project, which is why we're requesting the 6-month extension to allow the partners to finish their work. The remaining components of the program are going to be the final report when the final trees are planted. When LACC finishes their work, City Plants will do the final energy efficiency data reporting to close out the program and provide that information to the DWP and to the board. They will also continue the program oversight as LACC continues their work with the subcontractors. And but the bulk of the funding that's remaining is to deliver 2 programs. One is the second round of the Tree Ambassador program, which is one of the workforce development components of this project, which is a paid part-time training program that looks at, in particular, areas that typically don't access the program and have high urban heat island and tree canopy equity issues, providing direct training to residents there on urban forestry and trees, making some introductions into the field and helping them develop a project. And then the last, that's the bulk of the funding that's remaining in their contract currently. And then the other is a pilot program where we're looking at using currently our adoption and delivery program uses community events like a cleanup event or a community fair to host adoptions, and the partners under the guidance of DWP in our office is looking to have host sites, so other community hubs in some areas that we know have a lot of foot traffic, paying them as partners to host adoptions at their existing facilities. So that's what's remaining on the contract, and that's all I have in terms of my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. No funding changes, just a term extension.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions, comments? Vice President Chavez.
Thanks, Rachel. Can you give me a little bit more information about the status of the Tree Ambassador program? I know that that's one of the points you made, allows them to finish delivering that. How much work has already begun on that, and what's left to be delivered?
Well, due to the uncertainty of the continuation of the contract, knowing that it was coming up on June 30th, they had had some delays in starting to implement the program because they were waiting for payment from the city. They're a very small nonprofit and had some delays in payment to them for a variety of factors. And so we're uncomfortable with their fiscal agent to start the program sooner this year. However, the program materials are prepared. They've been delivering a different version of the program with one of our other partners, Northeast Trees in Watts, in a rolling basis for one of their grants. So they're ready to deliver the program. It would just be, they wanted to know for sure that they would have time to complete it before they started. You don't want to bring on these individuals for training and then have maybe the contract end and not be able to have them finish it. So the discussion has been that they would do recruitment when the contract amendment is completed. They do recruitment and begin the training of these individuals for fall, for a term that would happen this fall and be done before the end of the year.
Okay, so the 6 months, this is only a 6-month extension, so is that going to be sufficient time?
We hope so. Again, the program is the program is a well-run machine. They have the components together, and they do know kind of where they want to start the recruitment for it. And I think we're hopeful they'll be able to finish by the end of the year, but it will be tight, in particular because we will have to wait for this to finish to be being executed. But that's the hope, is that we can finish by the end of this year.
And before the conclusion of the time period, is it possible to get an update on just where we are with the contract? I'm just concerned that there's going to be, we're going to, be past the time again because, everything takes so long in the city to execute contracts, to issue RFPs, to select bidders. All of that is very time consuming, and, none of those things can be done in 6 months. So if we can get an update on it, just so that we're aware kind of what the status is and what the plans are for the next year past the end of the contract, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I'd be happy to come back and provide an update on the program.
All right, Commissioners, any other questions or comments on item number 4? Okay, seeing none, is there a first and a second? First by Commissioner Mitchell and seconded by Vice President Chavez.
Thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes. The item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to 5. We'll move to 6 with Council District 9, Contract Award, Ford EC Inc.
Happy Friday. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Ohaji Abdullah. I'm with the Bureau of Engineering, Architectural Division, the Proposition K Program Manager there. We are excited and honored to present this report as it represents the culmination of several years of community engagement, design development of the design and the bridging documents, and subsequently the solicitation of a fairly unique RFP for our office. As previously noted, we are seeking to award the Design Build Construction Contract Award to Ford EC for the Slauson Connect Recreation Center. This unique project is cited as a node along Segment A of Metro's Rail to River project. The integration of both projects will remediate blight and provide much needed open space, increase the availability of recreational opportunities, and enhance livability in an underserved neighborhood in the South Los Angeles. The project entails the completion of the design documents and construction of a multifaceted facility that will house flexible multi-purpose rooms to accommodate a variety of recreation-related programs, including a child care center, after-school classrooms, and all with a primary focus on youth recreation program as required by the Proposition K ballot measure. The park portion of the project will include the construction of a park and trail that will reference the Southern Pacific Trail using decomposed granite and textured and graphically adorned concrete, along with historical and botanical educational opportunities along that pathway. The design intent has been coordinated with the community, the client departments, and the council office as captured in the 30% bridging documents. An ordinance approved the project delivery method that allowed the solicitation of bids via a design build RFP. The City of Los Angeles and this board approved the solicitation of those proposals from design build entities for the development of the project, which is approximately 12,500 square feet for the building and about a half-acre park. That RFP was approved and solicited on September 11th, 2024. Two sealed bids were received on December 7th, 2024, and the contract duration for the project is roughly 30 months. Funding challenges that we ran into were addressed via the Prop K Steering Committee report, which was approved by Council, which allows this board to award the project short funded. The project team is confident that the project has enough funding and contingency to move the project forward for the next 2 years without additional funds. Additional funds will be sought via the city's CTIP multi-year project funding request process. Council District 9 and the BOE are eager to break ground on the project, and I'm available for questions as needed.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments? I know that you just mentioned the contract duration is for approximately 30 months.
Yes.
Do you anticipate any extensions or delays?
No, not at the time. Using a design build methodology puts that onus on the contractor to hurry up and finish the design and get in construction, because the delays in terms of conflicts between the drawings, et cetera, are on them. This site is unique in that it was a former rail line and that there was hazardous materials within the soil. We've done several environmental reports and soil mitigation reports to develop the strategy to remediate that soil. Most of it has already been remediated by Metro, but we've worked with the contractor and our geotech team to identify and create a process for any new or hazardous materials that exceed the level, so that we can move forward with remediating those in the spot locations and keep the project moving forward. Those are that soil remediation is the only element that I see that could be a future cause for delay.
And then any feedback from the community at large related to this project?
Oh, absolutely. Number one, this is a Proposition K project, and any Proposition K project requires 3 community meetings. We went above and beyond that on this project, probably had at a minimum of 5, and the council office was already working with another vendor on some work ongoing around this site and had additional community meetings prior to even our involvement.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioners, any other questions, comments? All right, seeing none, I'll move to approve item number 6. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by President Pro Tem and Vice President Chavez.
Thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. I would like to specifically say thank you to the City Attorney's Office for guiding us through this RFP and seal bid ordinance process to try to find a new way to efficiently deliver projects, bring the cost of construction down and delays down. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the vote. President Kang,
Aye.
Vice President Chavez,
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, the item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Okay, I'll do the oral report and then hand it off to Vice President Chavez. We'll first do the oral report for the status update on major upcoming street improvement projects from the Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, President King, Vice President Chavez, Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Mitchell, City Attorney, Executive Officer, Bureau Representatives. My name is Sherrod Nichols. I'm the General Superintendent overseeing the Street Renewal Division, responsible for resurfacing, reconstruction, and slurry seal. It's a pleasure to be here, as always, to be in your presence. This information is being provided to keep the public informed of all the upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize impact on the community as well as delays. This information can also be if there's any issues, you can always contact our coordinating section at 213-847-3200. And also you can contact me, Sherrod.Nichols at lacity.org if there are any issues or concerns. For the next couple of weeks, from June 29th to July 12th, we have in the Metro and the Valley region. The first week, we're trying to do, the projection is 30 large asphalt repairs, resulting in 3.57 lane miles. The second week, July 6th through the 12th, we're projecting 44 large asphalt repairs and 4.8 lane miles. This is the switch or transition into the new fiscal year, reducing resurfacing and increasing our large asphalt repairs throughout the city, as well as slurry seal. Let's see. So I do want to highlight, I know I've provided photos of our slurry seal that we do throughout the city, citywide. The first location is Grand Avenue, Olympic to Pico. This location was done probably a couple years ago, but I just want to highlight the before and afters of the slurry seal. Slurry seal is a protective coating that's placed on top of the existing asphalt to preserve the street, so we won't have to resurface the street as often. The second location is in CD14. It's Huntington Drive, Collis to Pyrites. This is another example of the before and after photos of slurry seal. The last location is in CD8. It's Century Boulevard, Halldale to Haas. And then the other photos are our team, our slurry seal team that's actually doing the work. This is actually the process that's done in order to lay the slurry seal on the street. So there's a truck that dispersed the slurry on the street. The ground personnel, they actually have to spread the material on the street to verify or to make sure that the edges and the street is covered. So the photos after are a display of that. The last photo is actually on Figueroa and 110th Street. That's one of the large corridors that we did during COVID. And that concludes my report. And I'll take any questions.
Thank you very much, as always. Commissioners, any questions or comments?
Sure.
President Pro Tem Grant.
So is the slurry seal more difficult to administer than pothole filling?
No, so slurry seal is a easier process
It is.
to where the application is dispersed evenly throughout the street. With the additional ground help, it spreads the material so that all the edges are covered. It's just more of a protective coating
Right.
to put on the street. Potholes are more of a repair.
That's why we had to do the potholes because it
yes.
was harder.
Yes.
Just wanted-
Yes. So potholes are, a little more difficult. I'm sorry.
Yep. I'll volunteer for the slurry seal.
Yeah, with slurry you will get dirty because of the slurry. The liquid is it'll get everywhere.
It gets on
But-
everything. Thank you, sir.
And I just want to add too that this year alone we were able to keep 77,000 tires from going into the landfill because we use recycled material in the slurry seal.
Thank you very much. As always, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, moving to item number 5. For the record, KYCC is my former employer, and I'll be recusing all votes for 12 months since starting this commission. So Vice President Chavez will be taking it over and closing us out.
Thank you. All right, we'll be considering item number 5, the Adopt a Median Koreatown Landscape Project at 3727 West 6th Street. And we have a representative from Office of Community Beautification. Jerry.
Great. Thank you, Vice President Chavez. Good morning, Commissioners, Madam Executive Officer. Jerry Valido, Assistant Director with the Office of Community Beautification. The Koreatown Youth and Community Center, otherwise known as KYCC, is a pivotal organization serving the Korean American community in Council District 10. They are spearheading this improvement project slated to take place on Harvard Avenue, adjacent to 3727 West 6th Street. This property was purchased by 5 nonprofit organizations in 2004, known as the Koreatown Organizations Association, and serves as a one-stop center for community-based services. KYCC is proposing to beautify the path from the property's parking lot to the building entrance along Harvard Boulevard. The scope of work includes removing approximately 1,000 square feet of concrete, installing drip irrigation, installing low water use landscape, and planting 1 additional tree. The plans for this project have been reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Engineering and Streets LA. It has the full support of Council District 10, and KYCC has agreed to maintain the project in perpetuity. I would like to therefore request at this time that the board approve this Adopt a Median project proposal so that we may move on to the permitting phase of the process. And also in attendance with me today, we have Mr. Joe St. John of KYCC to speak on behalf of the project should anybody have any specific questions. And this concludes my report.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions on this item? Thank you, Jerry. I just wanted to say, I'm a big fan of the Adopt a Median program, and a lot of people don't know that it's more than just for medians, median projects. And it's a great vehicle to have partnerships with organizations such as KYCC and BIDS and others who want to do beautification projects and partner with the city. So just wanted to say thank you to KYCC for partnering with the city, and we look forward to seeing the projects.
Thank you, Commissioner.
All right, with that, do we have a motion to approve item number 5?
So move.
Second.
Great, we have a first by President Pro Tem Grant and seconded by Commissioner Mitchell.
Great, thank you. We'll take the roll beginning with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
3 ayes, and the item is approved and
Excellent.
carries forthwith.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Matson, does that clear the desk? for
Yes, Vice President Chavez, that clears our desk for today.
Great, thank you. And so this will be, the board will be going into recess after this, next week. So our next meeting will be on July 9th, 2025. So this meeting is adjourned at 10:54 a.m.